Jazakallah khairan, Dr. Azrul. Thank you very much for the great and detailed explanations on the Maqasid Sharia guidance. So as mentioned by Dr. Azrul, if you have any comments or feedback, SC looking forward for all the response to improve and also enhance the Maqasid Sharia guidance. So we actually have a very limit of time, about 5 minutes more. Tazrul, maybe we can just go through the Q&A session. So the first one from Dr. Nordin, maybe we pick up a few questions from here. Is after this, all proposal must meet another layer of requirement, Maqasid Sharia, before being introduced?
Okay, to answer on that, Dr. Nordin, I think, yes, we all the proposal that we receive, we accept it, and our approval process is same as what we have now. Any alignment with the Maqasid Sharia guidance, we take note only. We take note only. We are not evaluating it for the time being as agreed by our SAC, because all submissions you put, let's say you put alignment with the Maqasid Sharia, we take it and we will present it to our SAC for the alignment later on. Probably after 1 year or after certain period of time, we will establish and probably the explanatory note related to how we want to align it later. So for the timing, there is no kind of approval on this kind of alignment. But you are encouraged to do it, because we do understand as well in terms of time to market, because I think the alignment towards the principles is quite difficult to assess and even to get the approval. So since this is a voluntary document, so I would say that you just submit it, then we take note on it, we present it to our SAC, then our SAC will evaluate later. And if we have the explanation, we will give the explanation later. This is what been done by other document as well, because this is the principle based. This is not a rule based. There's no kind of approval, yes or no, unless too obvious, then we can say is, then we can speak later lah. But I think for the time being, there is no kind of approval needed for this kind of alignment. So it doesn't affect the current time to market on the every proposal.
Okay, question, second question, Dr. Azrul, thank you, Dr. Nadim, for your questions. From Puan Shabnam, the current Maqasid elements are focused on human welfare. So I wonder if we should expand it to cover the environmental welfare as well.
The environmental welfare is covered under the principle number 3, as I mentioned. But the principle number 3, actually, we need to balance it. Meaning to say that anything that we do to protect the environment, you can align it with the principle number 3. But the principle number 3, the Sharia advisors has to put another effort whether this is justified to serve the humanity or not. Because somehow we don't want to make sure that anything, because in our discussion, we don't want to make sure that too protective of environment can cause the people is also being affected. So we want that things is also taken care of. For example, you do the explorations of mining, which is the good for, because of the explorations of nickel. Nickel is used for the EV, for example. EV is good for the environment. But at the end of the day, the place, for example, the exploration areas, actually you displace another people to the other side of the world, which is with not a right compensation. We want to make sure that the Sharia advisors also take a look of this. Yes, if it is okay, means you are doing anything that protect the environment, you can align it with the principle number 3. But please aware, there's no other issue related to that. I won't say we are not taking care of the environment welfare on that sense. So I think principle number 3 justify on that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Puan Shabnam. Go to the last question, I think, because of the time, from Dr. Syed Adam. Are there any discussion to use Maqasid for onboarding and treatment of customers? Place poor customer into Daruriyah, normal customer into Hajiyah, and rich customer to Tahsiniyah, for example, the treatment of the event of default for the poor customer for 9 months, normal customer 6 months, rich to the 3rd month. treatment?
I think we already have the discussion on this with one of our IFI. We already mentioned this. If you have a policy to help to make sure that it depends on the Sharia advisors of the bank itself. Means they want, if they have the policy to make sure it is fair for all, for example, whether to regard this is Daruriyah, Hajiyah or Tahsiniyah or any other classification you want to have it, I think it is good. But at the end of the day, does it give the fair to the people, to the customers? The answer is, I would say the answer is yes. If you, what we call it, if it is fair to the customers, actually is meet other requirement, which is the principle number 4 related to the good ethical culture. When we have that kind of alignment, we can show in the, what we call it, in the Sharia pronouncements, is that we have the policies that we treat our customer fairly, whether it is based on Daruriyah, Hajiyah and Tahsiniyah, for example, we have that kind of classification, how we want to treat them. Then it shows that this is taken care of, and at the end, this is aligned with under the principle number 4. I think for that kind of discussion, I think we have the workshop later, Dr. Said Adam. I think we can have that kind of discussion because we already have some, I would say it's a taxonomy, but it's a way how we want to put in the Sharia pronouncement, how we want to align each of the policy that we have in the Sharia pronouncement. So the expectation from the Sharia pronouncement itself, currently, probably if you submit the sukuk, currently we have around 15 pages of the what we call it, Sharia pronouncement or related to the contractual transaction, whether it is riba or not, and so on. And another section of the Sharia pronouncement later on, what we encourage is that alignment to the Maqasid principle. So for example, for the principle number 1, to what extent this product or this organization have the element of the principle number 1, then Sharia advisors can justify, take into consideration whatever things that they have in the product. Then it can show the richness of the product, not only from the contract perspective, but also what have been done throughout the process of to have this kind of product itself in the more bigger understanding and bigger scale of it, and it can show this is the real what we want to see from the financial transaction, not only looking into the validity or invalidity of the contract itself. That's why I think one of the IFI already prepared the submission of Sharia pronouncement more than 60 pages, because they try to justify everything, put the policy that they have in the institution. For example, the disclosure, yes, this is the minimum requirement. We have another layer of requirement. They list all of the things to show that they try to give as best as possible the disclosures and requirements. So as much as possible, we can put it and in the Sharia pronouncement that can show the richness of the Sharia pronouncement itself, then not only looking into the contract perspective, but also anything, the process and the proceeds and anything related to the product from the beginning to the end. So that is the intentions of having this kind of document. However, I still believe that this is still new, and even for us is very new as well in this document, but we already appreciate the industry that already started to appreciate and put it in the Sharia pronouncement. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Adam, and also Dr. Azrul again for your response on the questions. Thank you for all the that give the questions. However, I think if you want to learn more on Maqasid Sharia, as mentioned by Dr. Azrul just now, please be informed that on 25th April 2024, Securities Commission Malaysia, in cooperation with Bursa Malaysia, will organize the SC Nadwa 2024 on Maqasid Sharia for all the Sharia advisors and stakeholders in Islamic capital market. And the question that raised just now, we can just discuss together again in the forum. And also, please also visit our Sharia Center of Excellence portal of Bursa Malaysia to learn more on Islamic capital market. We have a lot of articles there, videos, e-courses on the Islamic equities, ETF, REITs derivative, and many more. So then, because of the time, we have come to the end of the session. I'm sure we have learned a lot of things today. Again, thank you, Dr. Thank you so much, Dr. Azrul, for your great presentation. And to all the attendees, thank you for joining this session. And see you again in the next Syariah webinar series on the Islamic capital market. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.